What's up, everyone? I want to show you this video on this Subaru Outback. So I have the exhaust manifold removed, right? The whole entire bolt came out because the bottom is rusted. The nut should have came out, but the whole bolt came out. And I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna put it back just the way it is. And that's really not even what this video is about. But both sides took the exhaust manifold off. Wanted to show you guys this. This is the rest of the exhaust where it goes down into the car, right? So it seems you have two catalytic converters. You have one catalytic converter here, another catalytic converter there, and then some kind of resonator, and then down to the muffler. All right, so what was happening with this car was it had clearly had an exhaust leak, but it was the worst kind of exhaust leak you could have because it had also the light of AT Temp, automatic transmission temperature light flashing on the dash, saying that the transmission is getting too hot, right? So we got our transmission right here. There's a transmission pan, transmission filter. This is also where the torque converter is in this thing. So anyways, if you look here where it's all black, this gasket was, you see how it's like this all around except this spot right here has that different open spot there? Well, the gasket was blown out and the exhaust was leaking right here. Hot air. Every time you would give it gas, it would blow exhaust air right there. You could put your hand there and feel it when somebody was revving it. Every time you accelerate this car, the longer you drive it, the more you accelerate it, it would blow hot exhaust fumes. Instead of blowing it this way down towards the ground, it was blowing it that way towards the transmission, heating up the transmission, triggering that transmission temperature sensor. So it wasn't fun to get this off because, like I said, it's rusty, it's from up north. I gotta scrape this off and get this all nice and level like it is here with the grinder, and then I'll be ready to put it back together. I wanted to show you under the car. I'm gonna show you the solution here on top of the car. So this is the headers / downpipe, whatever you want to call it. This is a 2.5 2001 Subaru Outback all-wheel drive wagon. Okay, so this is the gasket that I'm talking about, and you could see where it had blown out through there, and that's that spot where it was all blowing out right up against the transmission. This gasket was so horribly done. So this is what it should look like. This is the new gasket, right? So it blew right through that metal ring. It blew right through it. It was just letting all the exhaust gas out through there. So we're going to put the new gasket. We're going to use copper spray. Now you can use the copper spray, or you can use the copper RTV. It's your choice. Have at it. I prefer the spray. I use them both. Depending on the situation, I decide which one I want to run with. This time I'm going with the spray. This is your part number on this exhaust gasket. Made in good old China. 31310. 31310 exhaust pipe. List for $371. I paid $208. $2.08 was the problem. And then the other manifold gasket sets
It lists for $28.80. I got them for $14.96. And then the copper spray can was $9. List for $16.93. So $10, $9.99. So all together at your local neighborhood O'Reilly store, totaled out in parts, $27.03, $1.76 sales tax. We're like at 6.5% sales tax here. $28.79 out the door. They appreciate our business. We appreciate them having our parts. And so these nuts, I tried to get out. And what I would do is I would loosen them, tighten them, loosen them, tighten them, loosen them, tighten them. I use a penetration lubricant called PB Blast. You want to buy some of this stuff. It really is the best. It's better than WD-40 if you ask me. Blaster penetration catalyst since 1957. Brakes, loosen, fasteners. PB Blast. That's what I call it. So, anyways, get you a can of PB Blast. Way better than WD-40. And spray them up. And tighten, loosen, tighten, loosen. Try to get them off. I got to a point where I was just like, you know what? I'm doing everything I need to do. These things ain't coming loose. They're just going to get broken off. So they got broken off. Both of them. Both of the bolts that hold this gasket. It had been too hot for too long. So I went in my trusty bolt bucket and grabbed 2 more bolts that I had in the bolt bucket. Made sure they fit. I cleaned this up. I used a metal wheel brush on a drill. The bolt bucket, I hate to say it, if you don't have a shop, you might be running to Ace Hardware, Home Depot. I have the trusty bolt buckets here. Every time, like I recently replaced an engine in a car. And what I do is I strip these engines down and I take all the bolts off of them. That one's actually being sold, but like an engine that's got a bad block, like this one's got a bad block in it. The bad blocks, it's been drilled out, it has broken bolts in the block. So I strip all the accessories off that engine, every bolt. I keep them, throw them in the bolt bucket. Over time, your bucket looks nice and healthy. And when you run into situations that you need bolts, you got a bolt bucket you can dump out and find you some bolts. So anyways, got me a set of bolts to replace the ones that I snapped off. For the downpipe on the exhaust, you can see one side's blacker than the other. Don't know why. But I got the 2 new gaskets, so these will get copper spray. Oh, excuse me for yawning on y'all. Copper spray one side, copper spray on the other side. Stick it on there, get it bolted up. When you install this inside bolt's a little tight real estate to get in here. So you want to be able to lower the 2 going onto the bottom of the head to have access to this. So crack this loose, but leave it attached. Take those out, those three, lower it down, and then you can have access to this. Take this all the way out, this will still be holding it, and then it's already cracked loose, so then you can take it out. At this time, I went ahead and replaced some of the bolts on some of these brackets that are holding the heat shields and stuff like that. Put some good ones in there, inspected the other ones, made sure they're good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Simple. This car apparently had been driving with this issue for a while. I took this car on a trade-in. Somebody I sold the car to gave me this car as a trade-in. It is up north car, has a little bit of rust, but it's not that bad. So we took care of this. This will get rid of the exhaust leak. This will get rid of the transmission AT temp light flashing on the dash. I'll do a video once I got it all bolted up and running. I got an iPhone and I haven't figured out how to, like, maybe somebody can let me know in the comments. I haven't figured out how to pause and then, like, say now if I wanted to pause and go install this and then hit unpause and keep recording all on one video. I haven't figured out how to do that. I used to be able to do it with my Android. I'm new to the whole iPhone thing. It's my first iPhone ever. So still trying to figure that out. Somebody could help me out in the comments with that. Anyways, copper spray, simple, boom, 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 put it up. I'm gonna take this, drill that brush. I'm gonna clean up on the rest of the exhaust under the car. Grind that off real nice and clean like this, get it all smooth. Copper spray, bolt it up, boom, boom, make another video of the car running with no light on. So if anybody is seeing their light on their Subaru AT Temp light flashing on the dash, I'm not guaranteeing that it's this. If it's an up north car, it's very likely. But I would check for any exhaust leaks, blowing exhaust onto the transmission, heating it up. That's definitely one of the causes. It was in my case at the very least. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't want to make the video long. God bless y'all. Have a good one.